Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Fix. And this week we're going to be discussing rotator cuff and more specifically the subscap, okay, which is kind of right down in here, runs along the side of that scapula, and it plays a vital role in our internal and external rotation, okay, but also holds stability in that shoulder and the rotator cuff, okay. So I've been dealing with an issue for the past several years, and every once in a while my shoulder gets really angry at me because usually I neglect my rehab exercises, so I'm going to get back at it. And I just realized that there's a lot of people out there that have some shoulder issues, and it's kind of a big deal, especially when we're talking rotator cuff. So avoid the surgeries, avoid all the problems and headaches that can come with that, and just kind of stabilize that shoulder yourself. So basically what's happening is when we go in that overhead position, because I had a tear from a prior life experience prior to CrossFit, never got fully repaired properly. So what happens is I have a weakness down in here. So when I go in that overhead position or I put that under load, my shoulder likes to move out of socket basically because this isn't strong enough to hold it. And then what kicks in is my pec, my traps, and then my levator always kick in to try to hold that shoulder blade or my shoulder into socket. So basically what I'm feeling in like a pull-up situation, if I'm kipping or I have a snatch, is basically I feel like my shoulder goes like this and then it kind of pops right back into socket. So it's basically holding on by the muscle fibers. So what I have to do is make sure that I get this all built up so that shoulder blade stops tilting out of place and it's nice and strong. So I'm gonna take you through a series of 8 exercises and what you can do to help strengthen that subscap and your rotator cuff. So here we go. All right, exercise number 1, and we're gonna call it short range internal rotation. You're gonna need a band with a handle. You can use any type of band if you kind of tie it and make a little knot in the loop. You want that to go right at the base of your wrist. Okay, so the first one is you're gonna face, the band is going directly behind you. Okay, you wanna make sure that this is up at 90 degrees, out to your side, kind of like you're making a stop sign position. And squeezing through here, we're gonna use that muscle to kind of make a little wing towards about, I don't know, if this is 90, this is coming to about 45. So halfway through, and then slow and controlled back. Now you wanna make sure that this pec is turned off, okay, because that has a tendency to wanna creep in and pull, and so does this trap. So you kind of use your hand, your offhand here, to palpate these areas, and you should feel that squeeze right through there. So you're gonna come through, squeeze, and then release. You're gonna do about 3 sets of 10 reps. Exercise number 2, you're gonna face where that band is kind of still that same position, except this time it's directly to your side, okay? And from here, my arm is straight out in front of me, so my forearm is right here, and my palm is facing to my left side. So from here, I've got it under tension. I'm gonna go halfway and then back through. Halfway and then back through. Again, 3 sets of 10. Should be still feeling that tension underneath your arm. Pec should be turned off. You don't feel that contracting and pulling. Exercise number 3 is our belly press. So now we're gonna be facing our band. It's gonna be directly on there. We're gonna make sure you have some tension on that. And you're gonna put your palm against your belly button. And you wanna make sure that as you go against that belly button, that this shoulder is at 90. So the tendency is your elbow wants to go behind you. So if you were facing me this way, it likes to do this. You gotta make sure it's right here, okay? So if it's right here, that way I'm gonna pull straight out and go this way, not this, okay? Because that's gonna make this turn on. You wanna make sure that that elbow's here, and we kind of go straight out like this, okay? So, nice straight out to my side, let it go out, and then pull back in, and then squeeze. Now, same areas, you're making sure that this is the area that you're feeling it as you pull in and you squeeze, okay? It should be right behind that shoulder, the deltoid, and that rotator cuff. Again, 3 sets of 10, and you can rotate through all these exercises. All right, guys, exercise number 4 is our isolated banded dumbbell shoulder press. Okay, so you're gonna need a light dumbbell. You wanna bring that arm up so the arm goes straight out to your side, okay? So the elbow goes straight out this way, and you're starting at that 90 degrees, okay? Band is in your hands. You gotta grip the handle of the band and your dumbbell. And from there, you're gonna think about pressing through that lat straight up overhead, and then coming slow and controlled right back down to 90. So as you come down, you really want to squeeze that shoulder blade down. You should be feeling that underneath here, and then press straight up and back down. This is training that shoulder properly how to press, making sure that you press through the lats and the shoulder blades and that's all engaged, as opposed to hiking up that trap at the top of the shoulders. All right, exercise number 5 is an isolated banded bench press. Okay, so you need a bench, you need that dumbbell, and that band. Okay, so laying back on your bench, You want to have that arm straight out at 90, okay? And what you're going to do, squeezing through here, you're going to press straight up. You can see my shoulder is a little bit shaky, showing that imbalance as I go straight up. Now, the band wants to pull me this way, and it creates a little bit of resistance as I'm pressing straight up and through. Now, you want to make sure that that pec is turned off. You're not pressing with that. You're pressing and squeezing through here on the way up. And then you can squeeze that and keep it tight on your way back down. So slow and controlled, very lightweight, kind of a heavier band to kind of give you that resistance. Number 6 is our internal and external rotation. Very low range of motion. A lot of times when I see people doing this, we're doing this a little bit backwards. We allow the outside hand to swing all the way in, which lets the tension go, and you also see that elbow's going to come off your body, or we swing too far out, okay? So it should be very slow and controlled. You're going to pin this elbow into your side. So it's really important that you keep that against your side, and this elbow doesn't come off, okay? If it comes off, you're doing it wrong, so you want to find maybe like a rolled up towel, okay? You can put your hand here if you need to make sure it stays on. But you're going to start at that 90-degree angle, so you want to keep that tension on that band, and all you're going to do is go out and then back in. It's very slow and controlled range of motion. You can see it's not crazy. And we're going to do our 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to switch this side. So you want to start at that 90-degree angle, elbow stays in on your body, and you're going to come in to the belly button. Okay, so this time you're pulling on that internal rotation. So you do your 3 sets each side, and then you're going to switch. So now my right side becomes that internal. I'm going to pull into the belly button, and my left side will be the external. Okay, so make sure you do it both ways. Our number 7 is going to be dumbbell snow angels. You can do these with 2.5-pound plates. You could even do this with bands, but you would be better off with plates or light dumbbells. Okay, so I'm using 10s here, and it's really difficult. So what we're going to do is you want to pin those shoulders back, okay? Externally rotate, so now the heads of the dumbbell are sideways like this, okay? So you're gonna, again, shoulders back and pinned, and then twist those out. Now maintaining that, now, nice tight belly, slow and controlled, all the way up. You don't want to touch the dumbbells, just until they're about to touch, so straight overhead, and then slow and controlled back down to your side, okay? So, complete rep is all the way up and all the way back down. You can see from the side. I'm going to keep the dumbbells in line with my body. And then slow and controlled back down. Okay? You want to make sure that they stay in line with your body and you don't come out and cheat it by starting to come here, letting those shoulders roll and come out front. Okay? So it's really important you stay in line with your body. You're going to definitely feel that on the back of the shoulders, right here on that delt. It's really good for shoulder health and strengthening. All right, our final one of our shoulder subscap rehabilitation exercises, number 8, is going to be an incline bench with plates, okay? You want these to be pretty light. If you can get up to 10 or even 5 is awesome. These are 2.5-pound plates and they're difficult for me. So if you can't use like change plates, you have 1/2-pound plates, you have 1-pound plates, you're gonna have to use those. And even if you just used literally clips from a barbell, okay? But it's really important that we come up and we're gonna be in line with our body. Tendency is if it's too heavy, your elbows are gonna drop, okay? So you wanna keep those in line with your body. Keep your head neutral, so you don't wanna be cranking that up, so you're gonna keep your head neutral. And you wanna go press out in that same line that your body's facing. And come right back down in that same line. So elbows are at 90, press straight out, come right back down. You should be pressing and squeezing through your shoulder blades on the way up, squeezing those shoulder blades on the way back down. So you're working those lower traps, lower rhomboids, and keeping those elbows up. Okay, so this has been your shoulder sequence for making sure that you strengthen that subscap, which in turn is going to work that rotator cuff and strengthen that, and you'll be on your way to healthy, non-clicking shoulders. So another episode of the Weekly Fix, guys. Hope you enjoy this one. Keep those shoulders healthy. Send me messages. Love to hear from my fans, what you guys are dealing with. If you need help with anything, send me messages. I'm here for you guys. See you next week.